Stop recording.
Hello everyone on YouTube, it's Jordan here again on a lovely day in May, despite showers being broadcast in the weather forecast today, but still nice outside regardless. So in this video today we're going to discuss, should I buy a Yamaha PSR 295 in 2021? And we're going to take a look at the PSR 295. I've got the keyboard set up off camera, so I'm going to have to go off camera to do this. I just want to make sure the light's on so you can actually see the camera, the setup I've got. There's the 220 over there. I need to find the light. So while I'm doing that, let's discuss the PSR 295 then. What makes it special? Well, we've got light on. Before we go ahead, the PSR 295 came out back in 2004. 1 year before the first PSR E series came out, which was the PSR E203. This was the last mainstream portatone. So after the PSR 295, the portatone series became outdated pretty fast as soon as the PSR E203 entered the line. And what Yamaha was trying to do back then was trying to make an innovative keyboard for personal and home use. So not only did Yamaha release the PSR 295 back in 2004, but they also released the cheaper PSR 293 as well, which is exactly the same keyboard, it just has a different casing. So let's go over to the PSR 295 and take a look at its redeeming qualities. So here it is. I got this keyboard back in February, and let's take a look at the design first. It's a pretty nice design, what you've come to expect from Yamaha. You've got your dialer wheel here, where you'd normally expect to find it, which I believe Yamaha taken from those high-end keyboards at the time. I mean, you can find it on the keyboards like the PSR S series. I mean, the PSR, I believe the S670 still uses this wheel, and I believe some other keyboards too. So the keys feel nice. I mean, they're the same keys you'd find on modern Yamahas today, like the PSR E463. I mean, this was the design basis for all these modern Yamahas. But what about sound quality? Let's go ahead and turn it on. The piano is just brilliant. I know it sounds dated now, but it was all you had back in 2004 for a real piano sound and quality. If you wanted a real sounding piano quality on a beginner-friendly keyboard, then you'd go for a keyboard like this. It was one of the best ones. It was estimated to have cost about £190 back in 2004. And for good reason. This keyboard's got quite a lot of good redeeming qualities. So let's listen to some sounds. Banjo. Even in 2021, this keyboard still has some good redeeming qualities. So what else is this keyboard capable of? Well, obviously you've got your basic Yamaha sounds, nothing really different. Yamaha GM, no exclusives. So let's take a look at the rhythm section now. You've got the same rhythms you've heard on countless other Yamaha keyboards, that today's keyboards still have, like 8-beat modern. But you've also got some extremely unique rhythms. So quite unique rhythms too. Let me just go find them. So after this one, you'd normally expect to find the learning rhythms, but on this keyboard you get DJ rhythms. So let me just put it to the beginning. I'm going to show you them all. There we go. So there's only a few of these. So I'll show all the styles off in a later video, including these. But I'm going to show you these now. So these started back on the PSR 290. Let me just make sure my camera is still recording before I go ahead and play these.
Should stop record.
So these were unique to the Portatones at the time. They've never been on the E-Series. Let me just... Where's the intro button? Here we go. So obviously there's loads of these. Let me just turn on the one touch setting. I'll only show you the one variations. And then obviously you've got your piano rhythms. So there was 5 of those, and Nova keyboard after this keyboard had these rhythms. So after this keyboard was released, Nova keyboard had these on them. Not even the E-Series, because these were exclusive to these earlier keyboards.
Review, Repair, Goran Stojanovic, Casio LK50 Demo Songs Part 2/3.
Oh, I do not like the Casio LK50. It's a terribly designed keyboard. And the Casio LK50 came about around about this time, and many people bought the PSR 295 over the LK50 simply because Casio just didn't make any good keyboards at the time. Their last decent keyboard, I believe, was the CTK691, which probably released a few years, which was a few years older at the time this keyboard came out, and possibly the Casio CTK611 as well. That's another good one. I wouldn't mind getting a Casio CTK611 myself, but it's just so rare. Anyway, let's back to this keyboard. So what about songs? What about the song selection? Well, you've obviously got various artists at the time, back in 2011. I mean, Yamaha did have to pay a lot of royalties in order to use the songs, such as this one. And then you've got this one. I'm sure everyone knows that one, but this keyboard only had 30 songs. This was the first entry-level keyboard in this series.
It's 11 o'clock.
To only have 30 songs. which led into the PSR E
I've
series.
got some reminders for Monkey Bob and Bananasaurus.
So, obviously, you've got your basics. You've also got this one. Sure, you all know that one too. Don't know who sung it, but I'm sure.
Namby Pamby, 11 o'clock.
I'm sure you guys out there in the comments will tell me who sung that song. I know the title, but I just don't know the artist. Anyway, here we've got our basics. Down by the riverside. I've been working on the railroad. And then you've got Carry My Back to Old Version here, which the last keyboard this was actually on was the PSR 175. To this day, I have never seen a modern Yamaha keyboard with this song on it, because it's just not used anymore. Yamaha is using the same songs in its PSR E series, which kind of makes them outdated, which they actually are, and the PSR E373 is no different. It's a terrible keyboard. Speaking of the E series, we expect, hopefully, the PSR E473 will come out this month, and I'll definitely be behind that keyboard when it comes along. I haven't heard much from Yamaha though. Anyway, let's move on to the. Those are some of the songs, and you do have the Yamaha Education Suite there. Let me just see if I can activate it. Sorry, I haven't used it. I haven't had a proper mess with this keyboard since I got it, so I don't know where everything is. I'm pretty sure that the where is the education button? Oh, there it is. These are your lessons. So you've got your waiting, -1, and then you've got your melody guide. Or maybe this is the listen and learn. Yeah, this is the timing. I think there were only two of the. I think. Yeah, this is the. I think this is the -1. I'm not particularly sure how the education system works on this keyboard properly though, but I do know there's one cool thing about this keyboard. And if you press this button to the left of the style button, you activate Easy Song Arranger. So, still the current song, but now it's the same song, but Yamaha has taken all the other stuff off and replaced it with a suitable style. And you can change the style as well if you want to. I think you can anyway. I think you can. You can change it. I think you just got to go into the Easy Song Arranger function to do it. Well, that's a pretty handy function, and I quite like messing with it. The PSR E413 actually introduced me to this, and that demonstrates it really well. And it's probably one of the best features that gives this keyboard its redeeming quality. I love that very much. It's one of the best features that this keyboard actually has. So what's next then? Let me just find the style. Obviously, this keyboard gives you the sweet voices, which the PSR 8000 introduced back in 1997. So now I'm going to show you something really cool. If I turn off harmony. How do I do that? Oh, that's the metronome. I've not had a proper mess with this keyboard at all. There we go. So here is a really useful tool called Performance Assistant. So if your piano playing is terrible, which mine isn't by the way, I'm a really good keyboard player, then this keyboard basically makes you cheat. So this keyboard could actually make you cheat in a music exam. So if you're asked to make up a really cool piece of music, don't tell your music teacher I told you this. But you can just activate the Performance Assistant button, and you're playing like a maestro. Here, let me demonstrate it. Let's find style. Really good. There we go. See? And that's the performance.
Authentication. Force quit applications. System dialog. Force quit applications. QuickTime player.
Ugh.
Stop record.
I totally regret buying a Mac, or even getting a Mac, because of, you know, it thinks that apps are freezing when it isn't. Windows and Linux don't do that. But back to what we were doing. So you can do all sorts with Performance Assistant. It even allows you to do some chords. Just like the PSR 220. Kind of cool. Pretty cool. You can do all sorts with the Performance Assistant, as I just demonstrated. And I was playing notes that aren't actually playing properly there. So that's a really cool feature of this keyboard. Obviously, you've got your basic functions, but I think this keyboard's clearly capable. So, what do you think? In summary, should you buy a Yamaha PSR 295 in 2021? Definitely. It's discontinued now, but you could probably find one on eBay, and it's a pretty good bet for a really cool keyboard. Obviously, you've also got USB and MIDI as well with the Music Soft downloader, and you can download MIDI files and put them on the keyboard's internal flash memory. So you've got all the PSR 295 is a whole world of musical exploration, and this keyboard is a good example of a keyboard that does things right, a keyboard that knows it's just a keyboard that you're going to want to use in your performances. I mean, this keyboard and the PSR 220 over here, to my right, tie for number one. They're the best keyboards I've ever owned, and they're going to be for many years to come. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know, would you buy a Yamaha PSR 295 in 2021? Or any of the other old keyboards? I'd like to know, and then we'll discuss it in the comments.
Showcat stop.
So if you like the content you've seen in this video, definitely consider pushing that like button, and if you want to see more content, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you never miss an update from me. If you're on your computer, you can find the notification bell next to the button. As far if I remember rightly, there's an for screen reader users. If you're using a screen reader, you'll see the option to enable certain notifications, recommended, all, or personalized. But if you want to see more, hit the all button. If that helps, so that helps. Anyway, this is Jordan signing off, saying have a good day, everyone.
Stop.